Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How you doing today? Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day out there. Look, we're financial advisors here, and one of the things we like to do is teach. So this series we call Fin Tips is one of the ways that we do teach. We show it to you guys publicly here, and hope you'll keep us in mind at jazzwealth.com if you need help with your Roth IRAs, 401k rollovers, all that good stuff. We're a small company. Hope you keep us in mind, and thank you so much for doing that. Well, it's October now, and one of the things that we like to do for our customers is share the research that we're also putting together for ourselves. So every step of the process, whether it's, your fund management to your planning and things like that, we just like to share with you the things that we have. One of the fun ways we do that is through a research site. You can actually participate in this if you'd like. It's $13 a month if you can't be a customer of Jazz. And all of our research we actually post here. So for example, here's a previous post that we did on the housing market. And so you can actually see some of the different data that we're putting together, things that we're looking at, any issues of inventory in this case. And in this case, we actually put together a whole entire list of stocks, ranked them by year-to-date returns and all that great stuff, and made our case for different points, things that we were looking at in that category. Well, one of the things that we recently did was talked about October performance. We've been kind of really highlighting the difference between August and October's performance, and I'll share one of the things with you here, which is the sector performance. If you take the S&P 500 and you break it down by sector, here's how they've performed. If you look back over the last 10 years in this case, well, I think we did 20 on the research site, but you notice that the financials are positive 76% of the time. We've got the average and median gains there, and we actually went through and explained what all this means and how materials, as with August, materials tends to be the worst performer, healthcare in the mix there, and so we sort of put together a little bit of a preparation, I'll say, for October. Well, one of the things I'm doing for you guys today is I want to share the October stocks, right? Stocks that perform best in October, but in particular, we're going to look at the highest yielding stocks with the best performance in October. So we're going to look back 10 years today just to keep it simple so I can show the whole thing to you. And this is not a recommendation in any way, but it's a way to look and see if we know financials and utilities tend to be the best performing sector there, do we have some of the best performing stocks in that area for October? We're just going to add to it dividends. We want the highest yielding stocks as well. So let's go over there and take a look. I got the spreadsheet on the screen here for you. It's a lot. Hang in there with me. I'll go through it with you. We rank the stocks here from top to bottom. I just tried to pick a bunch of names that maybe you're familiar with, like Goldman Sachs, American Electric, maybe Lam Research, things like that, Raymond James, Altria down here, some popular ones. So we've got the sector here, and one thing we can see real quick is that 6 or 50% of the group here comes from the top performing sectors for October, financials and utilities. Historically, they're the best. Well, we've got a half of them on the list, 6 out of the 12 that I think are here. Yeah, 12. Then the next thing I did is I put their current yield. Of course, this is subject to change depending on when you're watching this. We ranked them in order, or not in order, but we sort of highlighted them to show Altria has the current highest yield, Lam Research has the lowest at the moment, and everybody else is somewhere in between. Then what I did is I shared the median and average performance, and to sort of back it up, you can actually look over there to the what would be your right to see each year's performance, whether it was positive, which would be green, or negative, which would show in red here, only a handful of them in the mix. So if we go over here to this column, you can see how many times they were positive for the month of October for the last 10 years. The top 6 rank 100% of the time, as you can see over here. I would say the one REIT that we have in there didn't have enough data, so something to consider going forward. But you can see the performance of the different stocks there and how they perform. You can also see which ones are more volatile, like this CMS is not very volatile through the month of October, but still positive overall. That's what we have here. We obviously have every 10 years or all 10 years worth of performance just through the month of October to show you. And then what I thought I'd do at the bottom is put, what if you built a portfolio out of these stocks rather than just buy one of them? I don't know, and let's see what happens. Your average yield is going to be 3.5%. Median's 2.9 in this case because Altria is kind of skewing the mix a little bit. You got average performance 5.6%. I'm sorry, median performance 5.6%. It's kind of weird how you say it. So the average median performance is 5.6. The average overall for that portfolio, if you build it, 5.7. 95% of the time, the portfolio as a whole is going to have stocks that are positive inside of it. And here's the average gain of all these stocks throughout the month of October. It's just a really fun way for me, I think, to take a look at things like this, to find stocks that are the best performers, but also add a little yield in there too. Meaning if you're trying to get a little yield while you wait, then here's some of the better ones to choose. Plow is, these guys make attachments for trucks and semis and stuff. Snow Plow, I mean, you could probably guess the ticker symbol there. Goldman Sachs Financial, CMS, this is sort of a regional utility. I think they're mostly based in Michigan or something like that. American Electric is the other utility in the mix, Southwestern Energy and things like that. You've heard of Raymond James, of course, in the financials, Altria, things like that to take a look at the list. So the bottom line is this is just something that we put together that I'll probably end up sharing on the research site with everybody, and maybe including the worst performers as well. And it's just a kind of a fun way to share things with you without making a recommendation, so I don't get in trouble as a financial advisor. Not allowed to do that because we are SEC registered here at Jazz Wealth, and so we have to follow the federal rules, whereas most advisors only have to follow state rules and a little bit different. So, hope that helps you. I hope October pans out just like our stats in history says that it will. October, November, December. We've got a lot to go through, of course, elections and such. But let me know what you thought about this sort of detailed look, different stocks and going through things. I could expand on this a million different ways, but is it interesting? Would you rather us do the retirement stuff? Do you like all that? Well, either way, I hope I helped you, maybe got you thinking of things a little bit differently today. I hope you'll keep us in mind at jazzwealth.com. I appreciate you watching, and hey, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.